Welcome back to our magical odyssey through the Elder Scrolls universe. Today, we're stepping into a realm of chaos and unpredictability as we dive deep into the lore surrounding Sheogorath, the Daedric Prince of Madness.
I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness!
So buckle up, because things are about to get a little unhinged. Sheogorath. Just the name itself is enough to incite curiosity, laughter, or even a shiver down the spine. Also known as the Mad God, Sheogorath is not just any Daedric Prince, he is the Daedric Prince of Madness, and his portfolio includes the control and manipulation of the absurd, the ridiculous, and the downright insane. Now when we say madness, don't just think of it as a state of mental disarray. In the world of Elder Scrolls, madness under Sheogorath's rule takes on various forms and complexities. It can be the laugh of a jester, the rage of a lunatic, or the cry of a man in despair. It is unpredictability incarnate. While other Daedric princes govern seemingly more straightforward aspects like destruction, stealth, or knowledge, Sheogorath's realm is not so easily defined. It is a blend of jubilant highs and terrifying lows. In one moment, he can be the life of the party, cracking jokes and pulling pranks. In the next, he can plunge you into the darkest corners of your mind, making you question your very existence. Origin-wise, Sheogorath is unique among Daedric princes. According to legend, he was born from the sundering of another deity, Jigalag, the Daedric Prince of Order. This gives Sheogorath a dual nature, representing both a foil and a complement to his original form, embodying chaos where Jigalag embodies order. In physical appearance, Sheogorath often presents himself as a well-dressed, middle-aged man with a cane, embodying the archetypal madman with class. But remember, appearances can be deceiving, especially when dealing with the Mad God. Whether he's sporting a sophisticated suit or a flamboyant attire, he always exudes an air of unpredictability that leaves you both intrigued and wary. So, dreamers, that's a bit of a deeper look into Sheogorath, the Daedric Prince of Madness. Complex, unpredictable, and ever fascinating. He's a deity who teaches us that madness isn't just a state of mind, it's an entire world unto itself. Next, let's dive into the symbols and traits that truly define Sheogorath. And let me assure you, they are as varied and unpredictable as the Mad God himself. First up, we have the Wabajak. This enigmatic staff captures the essence of Sheogorath's chaotic influence. Carved from materials you'll only find in the Shivering Isles, the Wabajak has a range of unpredictable effects, whether it turns an enemy into a harmless rabbit or summons a thunderstorm. This staff epitomizes the erratic nature of madness. Moving on to Sheogorath's wardrobe, his flamboyant and opulent clothing speaks volumes. Intricate patterns, vibrant colors, and an overall air of sophistication make his attire more than just a fashion statement. It's a symbol of his unpredictable and whimsical nature. If madness had a dress code, Sheogorath would be its designer. Then there's the lesser known but equally interesting fork of horripilation. At first glance, it's a simple eating utensil, but this is Sheogorath we're talking about. The fork is magically imbued and serves as a testament to the idea that anything within Sheogorath's realm can hold more significance than meets the eye, though it's still a useless artifact. Last but not least, let's discuss Sheogorath's smile. While it may seem like a simple facial expression, it's far from that. His smile can be either welcoming or unsettling, a sign of joy or a harbinger of chaos. It perfectly encapsulates the duality of his nature and serves as a reminder of the thin line between genius and insanity. So there you have it, dreamers. That's a closer look at the symbols and characteristics that make Sheogorath such a compelling figure. Each emblem and trait is a piece of a larger puzzle, showing us that madness is not just a state of mind, but a complex realm of possibilities, a tapestry woven from the threads of unpredictability, whimsy, and a touch of brilliance. Now that we've delved into who Sheogorath is and the symbols that define him, let's talk about his influence on Tamriel. And make no mistake, the Mad God's touch can be felt across this expansive realm, sometimes in the most unexpected of ways. First, let's consider the Shivering Isles, Sheogorath's own plane of Oblivion. While not technically a part of Tamriel, its existence has a substantial impact on the mortal realm. The Isles serve as a crossing point for lost souls, scholars of the arcane and thrill seekers looking to unravel the mysteries of madness. Its influence seeps into Tamriel through tales of otherworldly experiences, enchanted artifacts, and the spread of peculiar ideologies. Sheogorath's influence is also often felt through his blessings, or curses, depending on how you see it. A sudden fit of laughter in a solemn occasion, a brilliant idea that borders on insanity, or a maddening obsession can all be attributed to the Mad God's fickle favor. In terms of direct intervention, Sheogorath is known for sending his champions, or victims, depending on your viewpoint, to Tamriel for various quests that often result in chaotic outcomes. Whether it's to spread madness, collect exotic items, or simply create a ruckus, these quests generally lead to significant disruptions in the social and political fabric of Tamriel. Sheogorath also plays a part in the religious and cultural practices of Tamriel. The Dummer of Morrowind, for instance, acknowledge him as one of the four corners of the House of Troubles, a deity to be both revered and feared. Various cults and factions dedicated to the Daedric princes often include devotees of Sheogorath, further embedding his chaotic essence into Tamrielic society. Perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of Sheogorath's influence is how he blurs the lines between madness and inspiration. Artists, philosophers, and even mages have cited visions or experiences attributed to Sheogorath as their muse, their spark of brilliance, albeit one that comes with a heavy dose of risk and unpredictability. So, dreamers, as you can see, Sheogorath's influence on Tamriel is both overt and subtle, affecting everything from politics and religion to art and individual psyches. His is a presence that reminds us that the line between genius and madness is often thinner than we think, and sometimes that line disappears altogether. Let's take a more focused look at Sheogorath's personal domain, the Shivering Isles. This plane of Oblivion is a mirror to the Mad God's multifaceted personality, and it serves as a crossroads between Tamriel and the realm of pure, unfiltered madness. Divided into two distinct areas, mania and dementia, the Isles are as much a study in contrast as the deity they serve. Mania is a land of surreal beauty, vibrant colors, and endless celebration. It's where creativity knows no bounds, and where the very air you breathe might inspire a poetic verse or an ingenious invention. Dementia, on the other hand, is the dark underbelly of Sheogorath's realm. It's a place of paranoia, shadowy figures, and oppressive atmosphere. Here, the soil is tainted with the essence of dread, and the skies are cloaked in perpetual dusk. Dementia is not for the faint of heart. It's a land where your worst fears and insecurities can manifest at any moment. Now, you might ask, what impact do the Shivering Isles have on Tamriel? Well, the reach of the Isles is long indeed. Artifacts imbued with the essence of the chaotic realm have found their way into Tamriel, causing both upheaval and inspiration. The lore and legends that come from the Isles permeate into Tamrielic culture, both as cautionary tales and as sources of fascination for scholars and mages. Not to mention, it's not uncommon for adventurers and curiosity seekers to find themselves in the Shivering Isles, either by intentional conjuration or accidental rifts in the fabric of the realms. The experiences they bring back, sometimes enlightening, often maddening, ripple through Tamriel, leaving a lasting imprint. In essence, the Shivering Isles serve as an ever-present alternate reality, an uncanny mirror reflecting the complexities and contradictions that make up the world of Tamriel and its people. A trip to the Isles is a journey into the heart of madness itself, and those who return are never quite the same. Now, you might be wondering, how do I encounter this mad god in my adventures across Tamriel? Well, you're in for a treat. Sheogorath doesn't just sit idly in his chaotic realm. He enjoys interacting with mortals through a series of fascinating and often bizarre quests. Perhaps one of the most iconic quests is the Mind of Madness in Skyrim. Here you'll find Sheogorath having a, let's say, unique dinner party with the ghostly figures of a long-dead emperor and his court. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves delving into the depths of a tormented mind to battle inner demons, quite literally. It's a quest that encapsulates the essence of madness and unpredictability that is Sheogorath's hallmark. In Oblivion, the entire Shivering Isles expansion is dedicated to Sheogorath and his realm. You'll find yourself acting as an agent of the mad god, doing his bidding in a quest line that will have you questioning the very fabric of reality. Without spoiling too much, let's just say that the adventure will challenge your perceptions and force you to make choices that will have a lasting impact on the Isles themselves. Throughout the Elder Scrolls series, encounters with Sheogorath are more than mere fetch quests. They challenge your intellect, wit, and often your moral compass. Whether it's curing a village's collective madness or settling the eternal debate between mania and dementia, you'll find that quests related to Sheogorath are as multi-layered as the deity himself. And let's not forget the artifacts. Completing Sheogorath's quest often rewards you with some of the most intriguing and powerful items in the game, like the Wabbajack, a staff that can transform enemies into harmless creatures, or even cheese. Yeah, you heard that right. Such quests don't just add to your inventory, they add to your understanding of who Sheogorath is and what he represents in the grander scheme of Tamriel's complex cosmology. Alright, let's take a moment to reflect on what we can learn from the enigmatic Daedric Prince of Madness. Yes, you heard that right. Sheogorath, as chaotic as he is, offers some life lessons that might surprise you. Lesson 1. Embrace the chaos. Life is unpredictable and things don't always go as planned. Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace it. Chaos isn't always destructive. It can also be the birthplace of creativity, innovation, and new opportunities. Lesson 2. Question reality. Sheogorath teaches us that our perception of reality is merely that, a perception. The Mad God invites us to question the status quo, challenge our beliefs, and open our minds to new possibilities. It's an invitation to grow intellectually and spiritually. Lesson 3. The fine line between madness and genius. Sheogorath embodies the paradox that often madness and genius are two sides of the same coin. It's okay to be different, to think differently, and to challenge societal norms. Sometimes what others call madness is just a form of brilliance they don't yet understand. Lesson 4. Own your truth. Both in the realms of mania and dementia, the residents of the Shivering Isles are unapologetically themselves, for better or worse. Similarly, be true to who you are. Own your quirks, your flaws, and your unique perspective on the world. And finally, Lesson 5. Balance is key. The dual nature of the Shivering Isles shows us that life is about balance. There's a time for joy and a time for sorrow, a time for courage and a time for caution. By acknowledging and balancing these dualities, we can live fuller, more nuanced lives. Well, dreamers, I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive as much as I have. His enigmatic presence serves as a constant reminder that the line between madness and genius is ever so thin, and sometimes utterly non-existent. But just when you think you've grasped the essence of chaos and unpredictability, think again. Our next video will flip the coin and introduce you to Jigalag, the Daedric Prince of Order. And here's the twist. Jiggalag and Sheogorath share a bond so unique, so paradoxical, that it's an entire saga of its own. How can the embodiment of madness and the epitome of order be connected, you ask? Well, that's a tale for another day. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and prepare yourselves for another captivating journey as we explore the rigid, mathematical precision of Jiggalag's realm. It's going to be a trip you won't want to miss. As always, thank you for joining me on this adventure. If you have any questions, thoughts, or theories, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Until next time, dreamers, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop dreaming.